This training video is brought to you by K-Alliance. K-Alliance provides high-quality instructor-led training videos for desktop, IT, and soft skills. Visit us online at www.kalliance.com to sign up for your free 7-day trial. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and we hope you learned something new. Real videos, real learning, real success.
In this demo now, we want to talk a little bit about service request offerings. So let's go ahead and bring up the Service Manager console here. Now here we are in the administration workspace. If we come down to work items, as an example, you can look at incidents and problems, and that's like a ticketing system for help desk and IT support. But service request for fulfillment is a different type of item that we can enter in. If I were to create a new service request, and perhaps, right now I'm looking at this through the console, but maybe I would make this available through the web console so that someone could log in and they would see a listing of different things that they could request, like a new virtual machine or a new deployment of a particular application service. Whatever it might be, we decide. Doing it through the console would look like this. I say create a service request, and there's a form, as with everything else we create. However, you'll notice here I don't have very many request offerings. A DPM protection request and a recovery request. If I had a lot of offerings in there, I could sort of filter them here and try to find the one I'm looking for, but notice there really aren't very many. That's because they have to be created. So let's say I wanted to create one that had to do with creating a new virtual machine, a request for a new virtual machine. Well, then let's cancel out of here. And the place we want to go to is the library. The library has what's known as our service catalog. So we could see some information, some key concepts here: service offerings, request offerings, category items. Okay, you got a checklist that can help you through this process, but just really quickly, as I expand the service catalog, you'll notice that I have two different elements here: service offerings and request offerings. Okay, so let's start with a service offering. And this would show me a listing. Do we have any service offerings? We have a data protection and recovery service. Okay, we have some draft and some published. So let's come here and let's say we're going to create a service offering. I need to go through this wizard, and I won't go through all of it, but we need to go through this wizard to ultimately create the service offering in order to make it available. So when someone clicks that they want to create a new one, it's there and available to them. A service offering is a catalog item visible to Service Manager portal users that groups request offerings together. Okay, so a service offering groups together specific request offerings. And if I hit next, I got to start by giving it a title. I can even give it an image, a little icon, 32 by 32 pixel icon. Put it into a category if I want to categorize it. Choose language support. Okay, I can give it an overview and a description, but ultimately I got to save it into some sort of a management pack. And then we're going to see, as we continue through the wizard, detailed information, any related services, knowledge articles. We tie it all together into this offering. But the main thing is I would choose a listing of request offerings. So let's go ahead and cancel out of here and see what request offerings are. We can see it's loading in, but I can see a number of different request offerings that live in here. And I can come along and I can specify that I want to create a request offering. Okay, which will bring up another wizard that'll walk us through the process of creating request offerings that we can make available. Now, the kind of things that you'll want to create would be request offerings for things such as new virtual machines and so on. So if I click next, give it a title, I'll call it new VM. I could browse for an image, give it a description. I could choose a template if I had any templates to work from. So there's a couple of templates that I could take a look at and maybe base it off of as a starting point. So if I wanted to do that, I could base it on one of those templates. Now let's go ahead and hit next. And this is where it starts to get sticky. What I need to do now is specify all the user prompts. I'm actually creating a form. And we won't go through this entire wizard right now, but you create a form. So you could specify, maybe one of the prompts is going to be type of VM. Is it required? Is it optional? Is it display only? The prompt type, is it a date, a decimal, a file attachment, and so on. So this would probably be text form field. And then I could say, maybe I want to ask that they provide a name. Either their own name or somebody else's name. Okay, so I could give them a form field here. Okay, true, false, text, simple list, or maybe query results. If it's going to be query results, then I'm going to have to configure that. What am I querying? What am I pulling from? Okay, but that comes later. So I fill in the user prompts and then I have to configure the prompts. I'm essentially building out, if someone says, I would like to make this request, what are they being prompted for? Because we need to gather information about them. And so we pull it in and then it comes in as a request offering. So I'm going to cancel out of here. Once we have those in place, then again, I go back to work items and I say I want to create a service request. And it's going to present to me any of the request offerings that we have made available. So that's a little bit about it. Now, when you import Process Pack from Microsoft, it comes with a lot of these types of configuration items and some templates for making request items for cloud services like VMs and resources. Like perhaps I'm requesting an increase in the amount of memory to our overall cloud environment, stuff like that.
We hope you enjoyed this preview video. Please click on the like button below if you did, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to visit us at www.kalliance.com to sign up for your free 7-day trial today. You could learn a lot in a week.